I wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend because he called my mom the N-word for a prank? I, 25 female, recently broke up with my boyfriend, 27 male, of 4 years over something I'm still processing, and now I'm questioning if I overreacted. My boyfriend and I have had a pretty solid relationship up until now. We were visiting my mom for dinner. For context, my mom is black and my boyfriend is white. My mom has always been polite and welcoming to him, and I thought he respected her. But during the dinner, my boyfriend decided to pull what he called a prank. Out of nowhere, he called my mom the N-word in a joking tone with the hard R. The room went dead silent. My mom looked completely stunned and hurt. I felt like I was in a nightmare. My boyfriend then started laughing, saying it's just a joke, I was kidding, as if that would magically make things okay. I immediately told him to leave, and after some back and forth, he stormed out. I stayed with my mom for the rest of the night, apologizing profusely for his behavior. She reassured me that I'm not responsible for his actions, but I could see how much it hurt her. I felt horrible. I don't know why he would do it even if it was a prank. When I got home, my phone was blowing up with texts and calls from him. He was apologizing but also trying to justify it, saying it was just a word and that he didn't mean it that way. He kept begging me not to throw away our 4 years together over one bad joke. But it wasn't just a joke. It was a blatant sign of disrespect towards my mom and honestly towards me as well. The next morning, I texted him that we were done. I blocked him on everything, but he's been spamming my friends, trying to get them to convince me to take him back. A few of them think I was right to end things, but others are saying I should at least hear him out since we've been together for so long. They think I shouldn't throw away years of a good relationship over one mistake. Now I'm sitting here second guessing myself. Did I overreact? Is 4 years of a relationship worth giving up over this? I'm confused as to how calling somebody a vicious racial slur is a prank. Like, that's even what the top comment was saying. That's exactly what I was thinking. And then I seen it and I was like, yeah, because how is that funny? In what world is that normal? In what world is that okay to say? I feel like if a grown adult is like saying some racist racial slur that literally has the a terrible meaning behind it, and they think it's funny, and they think that's like a cutesy thing to say, then that's not somebody that you should be with. Second of all, people were saying, oh, this might be rage bait, even if it was rage bait. The saddest thing about it is there's somebody on God's green earth somewhere who would actually do this and say this and then think that they were not in the wrong. Like, that's literally the saddest thing about it all. Update. Am I wrong for breaking up with my boyfriend after he called my mom the N-word for a prank? Wow, I did not expect my original post to blow up the way it did. First, I want to thank everyone who commented and sent me messages. While some of the responses were harsh, the majority were kind and supportive, and I'm really grateful for that. This has been such an overwhelming situation, and reading your perspectives has helped me process a lot. After some time to calm down, I ended up talking to my ex this morning one last time. I wanted to know why he would do something so hurtful when he had never acted this way before. That's when he admitted that he's part of a Discord group where people come up with and pull the most offensive, cruel pranks they can think of. Those of you who said that it was the internet influencing him, you were absolutely right. And wouldn't you know that he voted for Trump? They record or share what they did just for laughs or clout within the group. I do not believe that. I think they are just sick and racist people being racist and excusing it as a joke or prank. Apparently, they encourage each other to one-up each other with these pranks. I do not believe these were just pranks. Hearing him say this left me shocked. This was not the man I knew for the past 4 years. He kept saying he didn't mean it and that it was just for the group. But how does that excuse anything? I'm not buying his bull. I don't know what changed or why he thought this was okay. He's never shown signs of being this way before, and it's honestly terrifying to realize that he was capable of something like this. To go into more detail, he didn't just say the N-word. This is exactly what he said. Pass me the assault N-word, which is worse than just saying the N-word by itself. As for the friends who told me to hear him out and not throw away a relationship, I've got low contact with them. The fact that they expected me to forget something so vile made me question if they truly understand the gravity of the situation or if they even respected me. I don't need that kind of energy in my life right now. Also, to address something a lot of people ask about, yes, I'm fully black, and no, this isn't a joke or an exaggeration. Although I wish it were, it's been painful to explain this to people, and even more painful to know some still think this is something I should get over. My mom has been doing okay so far, and we went out to take our minds off this. Only my younger brothers who are 17 and 14 sometimes use the N-word around my ex-boyfriend, but it's not normalized in our household. I still question myself if this is the man I loved for 4 years or a persona he created for me. Right now, I just need some time to myself. I blocked my ex and anyone connected to him. I'm leaning on my mom and a few close friends who truly understand and respect my boundaries. I don't know what's next for me, but I know I deserve better than what I've been through. Thank you again to everyone who showed kindness and support. Sorry for the long post. Just because somebody's with you doesn't mean that, like that they're not racist towards your race or towards your ethnicity. Because there was a video that I watched a couple of days ago of this girl, and she's talking about, oh, growing up, my father made our lives hell. Her father was white, and their mom was black. And she was like, oh, my father hated the fact that we turned out looking exactly like my mom, black. And he would call us all sorts of names. He would hate our hair. He would say mean things to us. His side of the family hate us. And people were saying things like, oh, well, if he hated black people so much, why would he sleep and get married to a black woman? But the thing is, just because somebody's sleeping with you and somebody's in a relationship with you doesn't mean that they respect you or that they love you or that they actually truly care about you. Like, people are vile. You never know what's in someone's heart at the end of the day. Am I wrong for telling my wife there's nothing inappropriate about being in the delivery room for my sister and she cannot forbid me from doing it? Why is such a long title? Last week, my sister asked if I could be in the delivery room with her when she gives birth. I was surprised with the request and asked about her husband. She said she and her husband are going through some issues. She also said her husband freaks out a lot and she wasn't sure he could handle this. I then asked about our mom, and she said she didn't want to put any burden on our mom. I asked my sister if she was sure about it, and my sister said I was always her first choice because growing up, she always felt safe and protected with me, and I knew nothing could go wrong. Oh, this is sweet. That's really so sweet. Wow. Anyways, she said she would be completely stress-free if I was in the room with her. I know pregnancy can be daunting, and I told my sister sure, but I wanted to speak to my wife about it. My sister thanked me a lot. I then spoke to my wife about it, and my wife was shocked with my sister's request. She said it was completely inappropriate, and she's never once in her life heard of a brother being in the sister's delivery room. I told my wife there's nothing inappropriate about it, and my sister is just going through a hard time. Ultimately, all we want is a smooth pregnancy with no complications, and that can happen in a stress-free environment. My wife and I spoke about it some more, and I was getting exasperated. I finally told my wife she could not forbid me from being there for my family. Oh, that's so sweet. For someone to tell you, oh, with you, I feel nothing but safe and, what did she say? Safe and comfortable or whatever. And that if you're around, I know nothing can go wrong. That's such a huge compliment. Like, I don't understand why he's asking permission from his wife. At the end of the day, what's inappropriate about being in the delivery room with his sister? It's not like he's going to stand directly and see her coochie and where the baby's coming from. He's just going to stand by her head and hold her hand and, the time that it takes for the woman to go through all the labor and stuff, hold her hand and give her water and stuff like that. It's not inappropriate. What's inappropriate about that? I'm so confused. It's not like he's standing directly and becoming the doctor and pulling the baby out with his two bare hands. And even if he did, okay, it's his sister. Ew. Like, why would he sexualize his own sister? Like, what?